So today's going to be a bit different video, man.
Man, we did not want to make this video, man. As you know, there's a massive 7.7 earthquake about a week ago. Exactly a week ago. We arrived back here the night before from the Philippines. It just shook our whole world.
Yeah, man. They're saying it was 7.7, but it could have been 7.9, 8.3. There's different reports, but it was hit right in the center of Myanmar. A lot of countries felt it. Thailand, China, Laos, Vietnam, all felt it.
India
as well, yeah. So it was one of the shockingest events of the year so far.
Rattled our whole life, actually.
We gotta go! Let's get out! We gotta go! We got stairs! Go second! Oh! No! Oh my gosh! No! Hey! No! Oh shit! What the fuck is that? Hey! Where did we go? I don't know!
Coming from New Zealand, we actually get a lot of earthquakes, and the little town that we come from is known for one of the biggest earthquakes in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's near Nelson, South Island.
Yeah.
So we're used to it, but this was actually scarier than New Zealand earthquakes.
Yeah.
Usually in New Zealand, the earthquakes might just shake and they'll kind of stop after maybe 10, 20 seconds. But this one just kept going and going and going.
A lot of people live in houses, so they're usually on the ground level. Here in Bangkok, there's so many condos which is 30, 40 floors high. We were actually on the 17th floor.
Yeah, near the 20th floor, near the top.
And that's a whole different experience if you're, up near the top of the building. It's surreal.
Where was I? So I just ordered some fruit and I went to lay down on my bed, and then I felt this swaying and I was like, what the? I could see my feet. Literally the building was swaying like that. I was like, whoa, that's weird. And the drawers started opening. And I was like, well, that's weird. And then the drawers kept closing and opening. And I was like, hold on, what is going on?
Yeah,
I get outside my door, I see Jason in his room. He's like, what's going on?
What's going on, yeah. From my view, it was like, none of my drawers opened up, but I could just see outside the window, and then the view is of the
you could see the
outside.
ground.
It's just like, and it gradually was getting, like the angle was getting bigger and bigger, almost to a point where, I was like, are we gonna tip over? Like, I was almost to that point.
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like this. I looked at him and we were like, let's get the F out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know how a lot of influencers grabbed their phones and started recording, because I'd left my phone.
I was gonna leave,
I left my phone in my room and I was like, I just gapped it.
Yeah. I was actually topless. I was just wearing my underwear, so I just grabbed whatever and ran outside in my sandals.
It was nuts. And then we run outside, little bits of concrete's falling on the floor, like it was like some kind of like scary movie. We're looking and we see this other girl at the end. She comes to us and she's like, what do we do? What do we do? We head for the first fire escape.
Yeah.
And there was actually no doors down. We opened it and we was like, okay, this doesn't work. Let's find the other one.
Yeah.
At the same time, the girl was like, in English, please don't leave me alone. Don't leave, because she was all by herself. So we had to kind of like take her in our arms and just found another fire escape. That was open.
At that point, I think the earthquake's it was kind of settled down. So
she went back to her room to grab some stuff. And like he was saying, it was still swaying slowly. But then we realized, okay, I think it's safe to take the lift.
We was like, let's just quickly grab the elevator, because we saw that it was close by our floor. So we just clicked it, ran straight down, and must have been the last people to be outside, because the whole place was just full of people from our condo, and people were just sitting outside waiting. 7-Eleven, the BTS, everything was closed, so we couldn't even get food. Luckily, we both just ordered before the earthquake, and the food actually came, so we was quite lucky to eat outside. But
there was one coffee shop open, but it closed right at 3 o'clock. Luckily we got a coffee just before. That was crazy. So we was on the 17th floor. Our building was just like wouldn't stop. It was literally almost like that. We was helpless. We were like, what do we do? So we ran out. There's one other lady outside with us. Oh man, that was the scariest thing we've ever witnessed. Now everyone's just waiting here on the street. Oh man, that was the biggest I've ever felt, man. Most helpless I've ever felt. Yeah, we're gonna do anything. That was the crazy thing. Man. So my first instinct was, we can't stay in this building for tonight, tomorrow, 3 days.
Yeah.
We got to leave.
The people were just sitting outside for hours. I think they wanted to be assured that in case of aftershocks, you just wanted to remain outside, safe. So we were advised to stay outside for a few hours. But at that time, we was like, nah, we can't stay here. Because we were traumatized, like literally traumatized.
She came to the MTR to escape. And closed. It's all locked.
Closed, man. It's all locked. So the plan today is stay in the lower ground areas, nothing too high. We don't want to stay at our apartment because we're pretty high up.
Yeah.
So we're going to find somewhere to stay right now. We got our backpacks all packed up.
We don't even know where we're going.
But
Bruh, I'm not staying in the top floor of a building anymore.
with natural disasters, you just don't know, man. You just don't know.
So what we did was, I was thinking we can go to Pattaya. So I actually went to book a Grab to the Ekamai terminal. It was like $600
Yeah.
all the way to Ekamai.
Which is,
And then I realized, hey, what if I just grab a Grab? It's probably $1,000 and it takes you all the way to Pattaya. So we did that. And luckily, where we're staying is a bit in the outskirts, so there was not as heavy traffic as in the main Sukhumvit area.
Yeah.
So we got straight into the highway, left to Pattaya, and we stayed there for a full week.
yeah, man.
And today, we just got back a few days ago, still traumatized, and we haven't really had time to make content about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we're lucky because we was in like the outskirts of Bangkok area. A lot of people were actually stuck in the city and they couldn't go home at all.
Well,
They had to
walking
walk
home, yeah.
2 to 3, 4 hours just to get back. We were already home, so we could just pack, leave, and so I think we was quite lucky in that case.
It only took a couple hours, not as much traffic as I thought.
Yeah.
So we were super lucky.
Yeah.
So we booked a place in Pattaya for a week. Yeah, just chilled there, and it was crazy because we talked to all the locals, and they were like, they didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
They were like, Pattaya is really safe.
Yeah.
They didn't even know anything. So Pattaya was actually a good option for us to stay for a week.
Yeah.
And they said it was really safe, the locals there. So
How is Bangkok now? So I think everything is pretty much back to normal. You know, everything's running. All the restaurants are open as usual, as normal business. But I do notice that there are slightly less tourists around. We went out last night for dinner in a popular area in Asok. I feel like there was a lot less tourists, especially on the weekends.
Yeah.
Around. I don't know if that's due to the earthquake, but
yeah. But the good news is Bangkok is officially back to normal. So shops are running normal, BTSs are open, airports are open. So if you're thinking to travel to Thailand, it's still safe. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Book that ticket because Songkran's coming in a few weeks. So everything's okay. Everything's okay.
I did also hear that a lot of hotels are being booked less compared to last year during Songkran. And I think that's due to the earthquake, which is crazy, right? I think 25% less occupancy rate this year.
That's nuts.
So I think that's due to the event that just happened.
So you probably want to know what our plans are in Bangkok and in Philippines or wherever in Asia. So funny story is we don't actually know. That earthquake shook our whole plans.
Yep.
This lease runs out in a couple of weeks. We were expecting to extend for a longer term, but we decided nope.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it there.
Yeah. Condo that we feel like it's perfect for us. It's got the gym, it's got the dance studio,
It's got this view right here.
it's got 2 amazing bedrooms. We feel like after the event we were traumatized, and I feel like even just the small things that, you know, move within the house, it triggers us. It's not a place we can live.
And again,
for now, yeah.
Again, coming from New Zealand, this is big for us because we're used to earthquakes, but that was
Yeah.
that was crazy.
We're still here in Bangkok, so we're actually going to find another place for a little bit before going back to the Philippines. And after that, we plan to go back to New Zealand for a little bit, and then
Figure it out.
we'll figure
after.
out there whether it's back to Thailand, Philippines, another country.
Malaysia, Indonesia. We're thinking a lot of options right now.
Yeah.
This kind of ties into what happened when we actually came back from Philippines to Thailand.
Yeah.
During immigration,
Yeah, we got
the officers stopped us, bro.
Yeah.
They stopped us and they were like, come over here.
Yeah.
come to this little area where there was a few other expats, and they were like, what are you guys doing? You guys are staying here 2-3 months at a time. This is your third time.
Yeah, within the last 3-4 months.
And they were like, you can't come in unless you book a ticket out.
Because usually we come back and we don't even book any tickets out. They just let us through. This time they're like, hey, we got to see an outward flight. We got to see your bank account. We got to see your address.
How much you're making.
We got to, like everything. Like, what do you do? What are you planning to do here? How long are you going to be here? They were just questioning
everything.
Everything.
At the same time, there was a few other expats that were in the same boat, so we talked to them, and they were like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's never happened to them. So Thailand has definitely tightened up the regulations.
100%. Yeah.
We didn't think that would happen to us, but we got stopped at the border.
Yeah.
And they were like, literally, you can't come back as a tourist.
Yeah.
Next time you come back, it has to be on a visa, education, DTV, long-term visa.
Yeah.
So that kind of put a spanner in the works for us.
Definitely. Yeah, so that definitely means no more border runs for us. If you guys are planning to come to Thailand to do the whole border run thing here, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You might be able to do it once, maybe twice.
Twice. We did it twice.
3 times, definitely not. So if you're planning to stay here long term, you definitely have to look into the visas, as he said.
They're about to implement a new regulation on tourist visas from 60 days to 30 days. So that makes it even harder for people wanting to stay long term. So right now, with that happening and the earthquake, it just doesn't make sense for us to stay long term unless we get a DTV visa, which we're looking into.
Yeah, or education visa.
Or education. So if you guys know any long-term visa options for us, please comment down below. We'd love to stay here. We're just trying to figure everything out at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, we're now back in our condo, as you guys know, for a couple more weeks. We're trying to figure things out. But for those that are looking to come to Bangkok, whether it's for Songkran, holiday, or long term, it's safe. As you mentioned, everything's back to normal.
Good.
Slightly less tourists, so that's actually a good thing.
I would actually recommend to come.
Yeah.
And the weather is getting hotter. The weather's great if you love hot weather. We're looking at 35 to 40, almost 40 degrees coming up. If you like that sort of temperature, get your ass to Bangkok right now.
Yeah. In the short term, there's going to be, of course, big effects to the economy. You know, you're seeing a lot of housing being a lot more empty. Not only for rental, but people purchasing in the short term, but long term, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, if you're looking to stay long term here, there's actually a lot of promotions for 1-year contracts. So you're now getting prices at a discounted price. So right now is the time to come.
Yeah, people are slashing the rental costs.
Like crazy.
Especially the high rise, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So again, we don't know what's happening. We want to get the DTV visa. As we both work remotely on the side, we're trying to figure that out. Also, education. It would be cool to learn Thai, cooking, Muay Thai, but we just need to figure things out.
Whether that's in Thailand or trying another country, Malaysia, Thailand,
Philippines. We looked into Philippines. It's definitely, I would say Thailand's the easiest to get a long-term visa.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just kind of traumatized right now, so we're figuring things out.
Yeah, so that's our experience and our advice to you guys in terms of coming to Thailand. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's something a bit different.
It's a little bit of a rant. Just wanted to update you guys where we're at in life at the moment. We'll be doing a little bit more Thai content. We've got a lot of Philippines videos coming your way.
Definitely.
And we'll be back in New Zealand in a few months as well.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.